When it comes to celebrity news, some headlines make us gasp, others make us laugh, and then there are the ones that make us shake our heads and say, "Really?" This latest story about former NFL quarterback Jay Cutler definitely falls into that last category. The 41-year-old ex-football star, who many of us remember from his marriage to Kristin Cavallari and his run as the sarcastic, laid-back sidekick on Very Cavallari, is now making headlines for something far less glamorous. Instead of touchdowns and reality TV one-liners, Cutler's latest move has landed him behind bars. Yes, Kristin Cavallari's ex has officially been sentenced to jail time after a DUI charge, and fans are buzzing about how one of football's most recognizable names ended up in this very unflattering spotlight. Let's rewind for a moment. Jay Cutler first rose to fame as the strong-armed quarterback for the Denver Broncos before making his mark with the Chicago Bears. For years, he was the face of the franchise, the guy under center, the one Bears fans pinned their hopes on every Sunday. But Jay wasn't just known for his arm strength. He also built a reputation for his nonchalant, sometimes even grumpy attitude on the field. His infamous sideline expressions, often looking like he'd rather be anywhere else, turned him into a meme long before memes dominated social media. The term "Smokin' Jay Cutler" became an internet classic, poking fun at his perpetually unbothered demeanor. Off the field, Cutler's life became even more of a public spectacle when he married reality star Kristin Cavallari in 2013. Kristin, of course, shot to fame on MTV's Laguna Beach in the Hills before building her own fashion and lifestyle empire. Together, Jay and Kristin were seen as an unlikely but fascinating power couple, her bubbly, ambitious energy balancing his famously chill, sometimes aloof personality. Their marriage and family life were even featured on Kristin's e-reality series, Very Cavallari, where Jay's deadpan one-liners often stole the show. Fans loved him for his blunt honesty and lack of interest in Hollywood glitz, and for a while, it seemed like the two had carved out their own corner of fame. But as we all know, Hollywood couples don't always get a storybook ending. In 2020, after 7 years of marriage and 3 kids together, Kristin and Jay announced their divorce. The split was messy at times, with rumors of financial disputes and speculation about Jay's post-retirement boredom. Kristin went on to focus on her company, Uncommon James, and her social media brand, while Jay seemed to enjoy the quiet life on his farm in Tennessee. But that quiet life has now been disrupted in a big way. According to reports, Jay was pulled over earlier this year and charged with driving under the influence. Details from the arrest suggest that the former NFL quarterback was operating his vehicle while impaired, leading to his DUI charge. Now, after months of legal proceedings, the verdict is in. Jay Cutler has been sentenced to jail time. While the exact length of his sentence varies depending on the report, what's clear is that the court didn't let him off easy just because of his celebrity status. It's a sobering reminder that even former athletes with millions in the bank and a household name aren't above the law. The news has shocked fans for a few reasons. For one, Jay has always been seen as a laid-back, somewhat private guy since leaving the NFL spotlight. He hasn't been embroiled in too many scandals, and many assumed his post-football life was mostly about his kids, hunting, and the occasional podcast appearance. For him to be caught up in a DUI charge and now serving jail time feels like a dramatic twist in a story that had otherwise been pretty quiet. And then, of course, there's the irony. For years, Jay's too cool to care persona made him something of a fan favorite. But now, that same nonchalant attitude may have contributed to a situation where he underestimated the seriousness of drinking and driving. Kristin Cavallari, meanwhile, has been thriving. The 37-year-old has been expanding her lifestyle brand, posting glamorous vacation shots, and enjoying her new chapter as a single mom. While she hasn't commented publicly on Jay's legal troubles, it's hard not to imagine the contrast between their lives right now. She's glowing on Instagram, while her ex is dealing with the harsh reality of a jail sentence. Fans have pointed this out on social media, with some joking that Kristin dodged a bullet, while others expressed sympathy for Jay, hoping this is just a temporary misstep in his post-NFL life. And speaking of social media, reactions to Jay's sentencing have been as divided as you'd expect. Some football fans have been merciless, cracking jokes about how Jay finally threw a completion to the county jail. Others, however, have taken a more serious tone, reminding everyone of the dangers of drunk driving and expressing disappointment that someone with so much influence and opportunity would make such a reckless decision. In fact, many fans pointed out that Jay has 3 young children and questioned how this incident might affect his role as a father. For Jay, this moment is a wake-up call, one celebrated for his NFL career and his role as Kristin's sometimes grumpy other half. He's now dealing with a headline that no one wants to be associated with. It raises questions about what comes next for him. Will he quietly serve his time and slip back into the private life he seemed to prefer after retiring? Or will this incident push him into a different kind of spotlight, one where he has to publicly acknowledge his mistakes and perhaps even advocate for safer choices? Only time will tell. One thing is certain, this isn't the Jay Cutler headline fans were expecting in 2025. It's not about a sports comeback, a TV appearance, or even a new business venture. Instead, it's about a mistake that has serious consequences. And while Kristin Cavallari is out there building her empire and showing off her sun-kissed vacations, her ex is facing a far less glamorous reality. For a guy who was once known for being unbothered by just about everything, this may be the one situation he can't shrug off. In the end, Jay's story serves as a reminder of just how quickly life can change. From NFL stardom to reality TV fame to life on a farm in Tennessee, his journey has been anything but boring. And now, with jail time on his record, it's clear that even celebrities aren't immune to the consequences of their choices. Fans may laugh, they may criticize, they may even feel a little sympathy. But one thing is for sure, this is one headline Jay Cutler probably wishes he could intercept before it ever reached the press.